What's happening, people of the world in RC land? How are you? Listen, we're going to have a good time. Kelly's coming on in a minute. We've got a lot to talk about and show you. Yeah, some interesting developments. And somebody, probably Kelly, needs to keep me posted on the Notre Dame game. I forgot all about actually the timing of it all. And so, bro, I'm looking for a body post. I had one. I keep losing it. I'm so mad about it. So anyway, welcome. Too much light. Hold on a minute. Where's my body post, man? That's a little better. Cannot keep a hold of it. I'm afraid to move the computer. Yep. That's exactly why. Come on. This is not the camera I want. Just hang on. Apparently can't touch anything on my desk. Come on, bro. No. Dude. Whatever. I'm gonna have to get a new widget for my. So the computer, that's better. So the computer does not have USB. It's a little USB-C thing or whatever. And it's finally wore out. So yeah, you guys see the Willys video. I hope. I think it's a good video. It's kind of long, but I think it's a pretty okay video. But that location, my gosh. And it's not like you're going to buy a Willys, you know, but you can see what I mean by top heavy. Like those guys with the buggies were able to do stuff that I wasn't even able to think about. But that's not a surprise with a top heavy thing like that. I definitely need brass rings on it and a little bit of brass. on the diffs, I think, but it's still going to be a top heavy machine. But it looks, I'm looking at it right now. It looks fantastic. I thought it did amazing. Of course, the Fusion 2-in-1. And I went stupid. It's got a reef servo in it. The best servo I've ever had, I put in that thing. It was top heavy, bro. I mean, it gets light really easy compared to a lot of other things. Like if I had my CJ7 out there or my Vanquish, it would have been a different animal. And I do try to take the lines that I think I can make, you know, but also there was some stuff that I got through that would have been no problem at all for some of my stuff, but was definitely a challenge with the Willys. And most of the time I slam my stuff down as low as I can get it. This one is up on everything because it had to be to work with the floor and that truck. And I even took the you know, I trimmed on the arches too, on the rear of that truck to be able to bring it down. So what's up, Kirk? Yes, FMS did release the pro version of the LC80, and one of you guys bought one, I'm pretty sure, because I saw a commission come through. So thanks. We're going to get Kelly on here in a little bit, but I wanted to say, Wild Bill, you asked me about Tinkercad the other day. You mentioned it. And I had tried to use it one other time to drag. And this was actually, now that I know a little more, it's a little bit, was it David? Awesome. It could have been him, or Mountain RC, I know, was chomping at the bit on that pro too. But what I had done was I dragged in the interior or something on the Willys early on and was trying to just shell. Did we score? Hallelujah. We had the first drive after the half too. So it was you, Fred. Nice. Thank you. About 1,500 more you guys do it, and I'll take a week off vacation. But I got into Tinkercad with that Willys wagon shell, trying to do some things. I wasn't able to work it out. But when I got in there last night to design something from scratch, I actually had some success, and I'm going to show you that. It's not that big a deal, but to me, it's actually so super exciting. I designed one thing and tweaked on it a bunch until I got it right. And then I did another thing. I'll show you the other thing first, because this is, I made a stencil for the trimmer's truck. The middles of the letters are the only problem, but I made a stencil, bro. It's filament. I made a stencil for Val and Earl's Odd Jobs for the trimmer's truck. So that's fun. And then I kept working it till I got it right. I designed this, which you're like, what's that? Well, I'll show you. I kept messing with it, and eventually now it's this. It's smaller. The holes are in a different spot, and there's a beveled edge on it. And holes for the body post stuff that I like doing to hold body mounts on, to hold bodies on. So I'm going to show you real quick, and then we'll get Kelly on. I'm inventing as I go a little bit. So I was so pumped, though. So pumped. Got it designed, hit export, and boom, it shows up in the Bamboo deal. And I'm like, print it. So work continues on this. So that's really where I'm at, is just the body mount business. So this dude here, it keys in, it's notched to fit really good on the chassis rails and the profile, the bumper and front end. I know I'm going to do something to just make it captive, really low key. But on the back, I've got the interior screwed to the chassis, but not the body. And I'm like, in the interior, there's space between the interior and the sidewalls of the body. So what am I going to do? Right. And I've done things out of wood and license plates before, but I was like, dude, bro, I printed off 5 or 6 of them until I got it right. But, bro, the bumper's mounted right here and there's a big ledge to it. This fits underneath the bumper. And then in between these two standoffs on the interior that was originally designed to rest on the chassis that this thing comes with. So that slides in on top of the bumper. So, and it's spring loaded, just a little bit of tension. So it's not going to rattle. And then I'll body post in from the top. And now I know where to put my holes because I printed the holes. So I can drill it from here, body post in from the top, pin this in right there, and it fits perfect at the back end of the chassis and underneath and into this kind of pocket above the bumper. So the back end is going nowhere and it's not going to rattle because the way I made it. So low key, but super pumped about it. I got to drill my holes and do the body post stuff. But that's why the front needs done too. So that is that. And I'm pretty excited about it. But yeah, you got to have the body post in or it doesn't work. And now, and then I've also got spacers on the front of this. My wires got in the way. And there went the bumper. That's what I get. But that can be glued up once it's installed too. Because once I get it done, it's done. And it doesn't need to go anywhere. So the front's on. The back, this needs fixed on. And then I can glue all that stuff together and work it out. The front, I spaced out the sides of the chassis rails so it's tension fit perfectly centered up on the chassis rails too. I just have to do my little bit underneath the servo mount to key into the front end of the body. So some stuff happening still. So yeah, body mount situation. But this dude's coming along and it's almost ready to take a drive. So pretty cool. And more work has happened on the SCX6, which we're going to bring on Kelly and talk about our SCX6s right now. Let me send same black in the rear wheel wells. Yeah, it's going to work out. Because I don't want to see any screws or attachments, at least from the side of anything. So I have to do what I have to do kind of from the bottom. And yeah, I can paint they were white in real life, or mine are. Mine are whatever they printed off to be at the moment. Let's see. Let's do this. All right, I just sent the invite. Yeah, mine's white. It's fine. For now, that is what it is. But yeah, I just it's funny. I cut away some of the glue holding on the bumper to make room for my thing. And it would have been fine, except I just held it by the bumper, and that's why I broke it. Why caption not available? Really? What do you mean? For hearing assistance? Man, I have never thought of that or I didn't know I haven't needed it. I can definitely look into that for the future. Did you get the invite, Kelly? That's what I want to know. Yeah, paint's easy. Not worried about that at all. It doesn't even bother me though. It's silver and white. So but I can glue that on better. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, man. That's something that I go to bed sleeping on. Like how I want to come up with a system for it. So slidable in a couple. I used to have captioning on YouTube. Maybe it's after the fact. Maybe it's because it's live. I mean, I haven't turned anything off. Kelly, whenever you're ready. I don't see you in the wings right now. Nope, I can't see you. You'll have to pick a camera. Yes, Ben, this is the International Travelall I've been working on, 3D print style, and it's on a FMS Jimny chassis, which I think is a really wonderful low cost option when you want a leaf spring kit. It comes with the leaves underslung, but it's easy to undo them and get some ride height out of it. Little bit of work to do on the linkages for the steering because you change the geometry. And so you got to space it out where it hits the steering arm knuckle. So it'll clear the leaves. But also you would want to space it up anyway to try to keep it parallel as possible so you don't lose effectiveness of your travel. So I just printed off a SCX6 size body of this as well. CC unavailable. Have we ever looked for it before? I don't know if I can do anything about that right this minute. I have never had to cross that bridge. Let me see. Where do you do it at? Settings? Hold on, Kelly. I'll look. I have no idea where to do it. I'd be glad to turn it on. Fred, tell me where it's at, dude. Where do you turn it on? I have so many options, but I do not see that. I don't see it. I see you now, Kelly. Before you go live? Okay. I'll have to take a look at that. I've not had to mess with that before. All right. Without further ado, Kel, you ready to do this, man? Here we go. Say something.
How's everybody doing? You hear me?
There he goes. There he is.
Howdy, everybody.
He's all small. He's there working on SEX6, man. He's doing another big dog. Dude, look at this. Look at that spread he's got. He's got a big rover with a snorkel for scuba operations, a blazer sitting there, and working on another rover at the moment.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up, man.
Dude, this rover went out Sunday and got some video, and I gotta tell you, it's my new favorite. It's my new favorite go-to truck. Love it.
Nice. Yeah, dude, it looks fantastic.
And I think I got my kitchen scale sitting out here, and if I get time later, I'm gonna pop this body off and weigh it against the original Honcho, because I'm pretty certain it's quite a bit lighter than the Honcho.
Which you would never guess.
Exactly. But I'm almost certain it is. So yeah, so I'm just sitting here working on the second half of the lower body, just gluing parts together and gluing up seams. My printer's running in the background, getting it done.
Yeah, Ben, check us out on the replay or something, man, and check out the rest of the channel. If you like trucks, check out the RC Truck playlist. If you like planes, check out the rest of it. But we do a Thursday live all the time now. And I did just put out, we do a lot of 3D custom printed bodies on kits that most people have got or have heard of. You know, we're building these things up on whatever we can get a hold of chassis wise. Yeah. So big rover. Check out Kelly Klein's YouTube channel. And if you hurry, you can be one of the single-digit subscribers still.
Right?
I'm just kidding. He's probably got 12. But Kelly's good at video. He just hadn't really done it. So check him out.
Yeah, I decided to get serious about it and get some video footage of these 3D bodies that I'm printing out here, you know? These guys are huge, man. Look at this.
Absolutely. Yeah. People just don't get it. You ought to and look at the inspiration behind it. The little rover is what started it all. Look at that. You can set that little rover inside the big one.
Hang on a minute.
Somebody post up Kelly Klein's channel in the chat, will you? Look at that, dudes. And that little rover, Kelly handed me 5 Ziploc bags full of a Land Rover that a long time ago this summer that is to blame for all of this.
You bet.
And see, look at, he's got a little Blazer back there too. So we were putting these things on base camps and FMS Jimny chassis first, and then these turkeys finally, they wouldn't get an SCX6 when I had them at the store, but now that I don't have the store anymore, everybody's got one.
Hey, I still went through your lane. Come on.
So
yeah.
So it's all fine. Actually, I probably see more of it now that I'm not there than when I was. It's so stupid. So SCX6s. So yeah, golly, he's already got 2 of them done, and he's figured out how to repurpose and use and design some other bits to go along with it. So he can easily switch those bodies out and hinge them up and back like you do on the Honcho to swap out the battery, which is fantastic. Because if you were to hinge the hood, there's no room up front anyway, because that big dummy radial, I do airplanes too. The big dummy engine is in the way, so you have to hinge the bodies back.
So
L bracket.
Hard to see it, but yeah, I just found some generic L brackets, printed them out, and they fit perfect on the back for the shoulder bolts.
Dude, I can make L brackets now. Do you see what I made?
Dude, yeah, I was gonna try to jump into this and just say, now that you're a genius with this, you need to print me out some bodies, or design some bodies for me.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to design any bodies. I mean, look how square and simple. This is elementary where I'm at right now. Like, dude, you know how, Dad, did you see this? I made my own stencil for the trimmers truck. Look at that, Kelly. You see that?
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Bro, I'm so pumped.
You showed me that earlier today, and I'm like, dude, that's sweet.
Yeah, the only issue is the middle of the letters, which I have, but they're not connected, so it's a little weird. So I've got some thinking to do there. Yeah, the bodies are all 3D printed, dude. So we're taking, like, a lot of these trucks, like the Land Rover, for instance, was made to be on a rock crawler. But like some of these things, like this, isn't necessarily made to be a rock crawler, but we scale them up and print them and then cut them up so they'll fit on our 3D printer, and we print them in multiple pieces. I'm going to show you the SCX6 body, guys, because mine's not painted and finished like Kelly's is. But there's a link to Kelly's channel right there, dudes.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Fred. I was just getting ready to do that.
So the chassis and stuff are kits, but the bodies and a lot of the hardware to mount them is what we're 3D printing. And here's my little Rover. Right there. There's my little Rover. Green and mean.
Dude, I love that color. That matte green is sweet.
I wasn't, I didn't know how keen on it I was going to be. And I thought one of the most fun parts about this was once I got it done, was figuring out how I wanted to attach it. So solving those problems, like, I'm super proud about how I got this chassis to mount. First time I did one of these.
Right.
And it's lean and mean, and everything is flush and flat. Quite a learning experience, and I realized how much fun it was to solve the problems. And at the time when I did this, I didn't want to sand or do anything, so I'm like, let me go with a flat, dark color and just leave it alone. But now I'm sanding them like crazy. No, I sold my partnership off. I got basically run out, but I busted his head on the way. I'm out of that shop. But yeah, Colts 3D, there's a lot of places you can find it. a lot of the good creators you'll see on multiple different 3D printed websites. There's Umagine, Colts 3D, Thingiverse, Knights Customs for specific hop ups on trucks.
Both of these SCX6 bodies that I've done came from Colts 3D. The Blazer was a 1/8 scale, and I scaled that up. I think it was 146.63% to get it right, and I think the Rover was 165%. I probably could have went 170% and probably nailed it even better, but this thing rides so good the way it is, I'm not messing with it.
My Travelall, the little one, was a 10th scale, scaled up to 115.41. I'll never forget. And this was an 8 scale of the same files,
Yep.
scaled up to 144. But you can see the different colors really indicate, in a way, the different slices that were necessary to fit this stuff on the print bed and actually make it work. But I've sanded and filled twice. So if I paint this, you're not going to see any of these lines anymore.
Sweet. I can't wait till you paint that thing.
Bro, it's going to be sick. It's going to be awesome.
But you know what though, Ryan, and everybody else here will agree, you know, like this Rover, for instance, it looks great sitting here. It looks great in the video. I mean, it's what it is. I didn't do any sanding on this at all. I glued it together like I'm doing with these pieces here in front of me, threw some paint on them, and put it together and done.
That's one thing I noticed about the Rover when I did it. I was like, I expected to have to do some work, but because they're so flat, they print nice, right? You don't get the lines that present themselves along radiuses and curves. You don't have to think about it as much, and you get a better, tighter line and print. And I go for the satin or flat paint, so like I didn't do anything on my Rover. But these things that I like with the roundness, somewhere is going to be what looks like a lot of wood grain. You know what I'm saying? So and you get a pick by how you orient it, where the most of the finished work is going to be.
Right.
But on my Willys, brother, I didn't sand a thing on the Willys. Nothing.
Right, and here's the thing. What's
Nothing.
the point? Why do you want to make it a shelf queen and spend hours and hours and hours trying to make these things look as precious and beautiful as possible when you're going to go out in the woods and beat the living snot out of them anyways?
Here's the answer to the question. So you can patina it and make it look rusty and old.
Right?
That's why you make it look nice, so you can make it look bad.
Right? Makes sense, but you know, this other Rover I'm building, the whole game plan for this one is to purposely take it to Logansport and roll it down that hill on purpose.
And you guys, if you watch the video, you see a lot of close-ups of this. I didn't sand nothing. It printed off that nice for me, you know? So it was all about really how I oriented it.
Right.
And you can see, if you get to looking, that it's a 3D print. But so what, man?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So I like the idea of having 15 chassis in the house and having 50 different bodies for these various different chassis to go out and run. I'm having such a blast with 3D printing stuff. My printer runs 24 hours a day, bro.
I get it. See you later, Ben. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, I want a Rover now, another Rover. And that's the thing, dude. RC modeling has turned into 3D print modeling,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So
Absolutely.
it's a whole nother hobby in and of itself. But think about what it has done for us on this business. Kelly was sending me pictures today where he figured out how to take the files that he's using for the Land Rover and just go ahead and mash together the like some of the body mounting things, like the clipless tabs and some of that business.
This right here. This
Right.
is the front bulkhead for the Land Rover, and I went ahead and you can't really see it, I guess.
Yeah, you can. Up against your shirt, you can.
Okay.
Yep.
And I actually was able to, manipulate putting that file up against, well, putting two files together and,
Yeah.
and putting it out. Dude, and the one that's on the Rover right now is kind of a prototype wagon, but it's glued on and it's holding, but I want something stronger. This is gonna work.
That's so cool. Well, this stupid little thing here was 4 different shapes, and all I had to do in Tinkercad was drag it into one box and go click the group icon, and then it's one item. So
Gotcha.
you can add whatever you can drag in there, you can add to things. I can't do any of that on my Bamboo software. I can do a lot of stuff on the Bamboo software, but not what I was doing on Tinkercad.
Well, it's like that Mesh Mix program that you said you didn't really care for. That's what I use to put these two together.
Yeah.
So it sounds like that's much the same. I need to take a look at that myself and see what that's all about, that Tinkercad.
It's supposed to be pretty easy, and it seems to be. I watched one tutorial as I was doing it, and I did it like
That's awesome.
easy.
That's
Easy.
awesome.
The trouble I had before was trying to take a complex file in and basically hollow it out and shell it, and I couldn't do it. But it kind of depends on what the files are like going in there. But like opening up, doing something from scratch, it was so very easy. So I'm actually kind of curious what, and you can also set the work plate in Tinkercad to the same dimension as your print bed.
Oh, that's nice.
Very cool. So then you know what to design to. And I'm thinking maybe once I figure out how to do like edges or tabs or whatever like that, I may do my slicing and cutting in Tinkercad and then send it to the Bamboo.
Dude,
Because
absolutely.
literally, bro, when I hit export the STL, it showed up in the Bamboo slicer, ready to rock. I just had to say like, okay, pick my filament and whatever.
That's pretty cool. So what is that? Is that for your SCX6?
No, this is for the back end of my little Travelall to
Oh, mount the body?
weirdly friction fit tension it in on the back because I got the interiors bolted to the chassis, but how do I attach the body to the interior?
Right.
That's a real question.
Bro, don't even talk to me about interiors.
That's a real problem.
Dude, it's such a pain in the butt.
I think I think and that's why my head is wrapped around the mount system so much because I think everybody that's doing this runs into the same problem at the end of all. How do you attach it? And there's some ways out there to do it, and that's cool. I don't if I don't have to use magnets, I don't want to use them though. And I'm honestly pretty okay with body posts and clips, and then if I do it that way, and bolts and screws when you can hide them, But if I can do body clips, that means I can always take the body off. But if we can also work out a hinge system that handles at least the back end or the front end or whatever end you decide to hinge. So I'm thinking along the X and Y axis, if you had like a slide
right.
up or down and then in or out, just two axes on a 90. You could use that same, that's my hope, is to figure out one design that's movable, adjustable, that could be used over and over again.
Modulation.
That's
Absolutely.
what I'm talking about.
Right.
The issues with magnets is how do you attach the magnets? Because if you glue the magnets on, you definitely have the potential for it to fail, if you ask me.
Absolutely.
You guys have had pretty good luck with them, though.
Well, yeah, we've had pretty good luck, but there's no way you want to use a magnet on this thing.
Yeah, you want a hard fit, I'm saying. And I like how mine are attached to the stuff I have. And my Willys rolled over and nothing came undone.
Right.
And same with my Rover. The Rover is not going anywhere. It would break before it can. My Rover would break before it comes off.
Well, now since you're talking about that, it's just like this Blazer being on the FMS body. It's magnet, but here's the thing: I can take and put one of the small quick releases up here and go right in underneath this lip right here and drill 2 holes back here and tap them and do the exact same thing on all these chassis as what this is.
That's what I'm saying, brother.
That's what I'm gonna do.
And think about it. If you get this to be able to hinge them at the back or the front, I think the back.
Right.
Hinge them at the back, adjustable, right? And then whatever you got to do at the front, you do at the front, whether it's a magnet or the click or whatever. But I feel like whatever we design to work on a base camp or even the Jimny right there, why couldn't it be scaled up and work on these 6s?
Right. Well, bro, we need to work on your 6 and convert it so it's like this.
I'm gonna order, I think, unless I just make it myself. I'm gonna order the Honcho hinge business because you know it's gonna bolt right up. It's the same chassis.
Dude,
But
all you need are those shoulder bolts at the back.
I'll have to modify it though to stretch it out because this travel all so long in the back.
Bro, it's simple. That's so easy to take care of. Yeah, that'll be easy.
Magnets are fine. I just would rather not. I mean, they're not my favorite. I'd rather use something else.
I mean, they have their place, and everybody probably would agree with that statement. You know,
Tied.
on here.
Notre Dame is tied, which is better than I thought they were gonna do. It started off rough.
Dude, ND's always been a second half team.
They're good this year, and dude, they got a ton of starters out, and they're still crushing. I'm not sure if Riley came back. Is it still what's his name, or is Riley back in?
Yeah, I don't know. They're on a commercial break right now.
And magnets, I'd be a little more inclined to use them if I could make a mount for them that didn't rely on glue. I don't want to glue them, dude. And I don't want to have them. I don't want to. Wherever I attach stuff, I am always going for as low as possible. And so for me, some of the ideas in my mind I would have to recess the magnets or develop my own mounts for them that would mitigate the necessity to make recesses for them, because I Kelly knows that I'm nuts. If I can get the interior or the body super low, I'm going to.
Yeah, you proved that with the Land Rover body.
You can't get any lower.
No, you can't. Not at all. But what you need to do then, if you're running Tinkercad now, you need to work that into your schedule where you can
Schedule. That's hilarious.
yeah, right, where you can actually design it so that you can bury those magnets in that plastic and encase them.
That's
And
definitely a thought.
make your own mount.
Well, and I think I can do it now because, bro, I scaled up the. This was 3 different text files arranged, put on the plate, and then unified into one thing to work this out.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Because it wasn't bad though. It did not take, I bet it was 20 minutes. And it was my first time.
Dude, that's crazy.
Because if I used the plus that went with the V&E, it would have been way too big. Because I was looking at the pictures of the real truck when I did it. You know what I'm saying?
But dude, it looks good the way it is. I mean, for your first time, it looks great.
Yeah, my only gripe is the middle of the letters with circles in them. The odd and the OB. And I can work that out.
But you know what's cool about it? It's your design though, you know? So to me it looks cool.
Well, you know, I've been talking about a Cricket, but I have not made it happen. So I'm like, dude, I'm going to make it happen. Because I'm going to airbrush. This is my stencil, and I'll airbrush that on.
Right.
And that's awesome too, because it won't be thick like a decal would be. And it's going to be easy to patina that as well and it not look nuts.
Yeah, I mean, even like I said, I'd be happy with what you just showed us there. That looks freaking great to me.
Oh, it looked even better when the middle of the O and the D and the O and the B was there, though.
It looks good, though.
But without a connector, I mean, this is like a big business card. And then I made it like 1 millimeter tall so I could bend it if I had to.
Right on.
Oh my gosh. CVO Hobo, thank you, man. He says, because of your great content, I bought 5 crawlers this week. I had resisted for the past few years. Tell the companies that, bro. Thanks. So I don't think we do a bad RTR video either. You know, you want to know what to get out of the box. I'm glad to tell you.
CVO, welcome to my world, buddy.
Yeah, Kelly was an airplane guy a couple years ago.
Dude, I've spent so much money because of Pilot Ryan. Gee, it's crazy.
You know, I hear that a lot. It's too bad I didn't ever really sell anything. But, you know, just for everyone else. But yeah, bro, Kelly's fault. Everybody's to blame for a lot of this, right? It goes back and forth, multiple dimensions and directions. You know, I thought maybe someday I would do 3D printing, but I wasn't in a hurry. And then running across all the problems I ran into, problems in a good way, but the issues I ran into with my rover and figuring out how to mount it. And because I knew Kelly had printed me all that stuff, right? It just got my wheels turning where I'm like, dude, you can make the stuff you need if you'll learn how to do it. Guys are doing amazing stuff. Girls too. I just say guys because it's generally always us. But anybody who's willing to put in the time can design all kinds of things. And I'm excited to, you know, I think you and I both have printed a ton of stuff. You've definitely designed more things so far already. Than I mean, dude, I hadn't done it till last night. Now I fabricated by hand a lot of stuff that I can't repeat, you know, but I really have enjoyed the um hardware that comes with the base camp kits. Having just some random body posts laying around for me has been amazing. Yeah, how many times, dude? I think everything I've got is attached with body posts. Not off a shock tower, nothing like that, but just a random little, just one here and there
Right.
body post coming in from the top, and then boom.
Dude, it's a hard mount, you know?
It
I mean,
is.
it's,
You
it's
don't
way
have to worry about it,
way better than magnets, you know? I mean, there's so many different ways you can probably mount these things, but
bro. But if I can only instead of using four of them, if I can hinge the back and just use two on the front, I just won the game.
right.
No screws, no magnets,
Yep.
body post, two body clips, and I can take the body off easy.
Absolutely.
What's up, Mike's RC channel?
Dude, this is what I love about this hobby, you know, is like sharing what you do with everybody. And you know, I had one person ask, my video is up for like 3 hours and I'm nobody on YouTube. And he asked, where do I get this body at? You know,
Yes.
it's like, well,
Well, how many hours do you have?
exactly.
It was hilarious to me yesterday. My daughter was asking me about this stuff. And if you're a dad, you may know what I'm talking about, but it's not very often they ask you about you, right? So
That's cool.
it doesn't happen very often. So she's talking to me, and she's like 12, 11, and we don't let them have a lot of internet, but she's starting to get on there, and she's shopping like girly stuff and seeing things for sale on Facebook and social media. And she's like, why don't you, sell these bodies, on Facebook or whatever like that. And I'm like, and I don't want to shoot her down right away. So we completely explore the idea. And then I tell her why not. But the thing is, what it boiled down to was multiple ways to offer services potentially, or the bodies themselves. But if you're successful, all of a sudden Land Rover's knocking on your door, Chevrolet's knocking on your door, Ford's knocking on your door, right? So multiple answers to that question. So I was like, okay, if somebody wanted me to make them a truck, and I added through, oh, Fred, thanks. I added it up, time, money, the kit. If I were to build one up for somebody and do it, make one,
Right.
build the kit, print it off, the whole thing, and I'd be glad to do a custom. But yo, $1,500 to $2,000, or forget it,
Dude, there's a lot to these.
because of your time. So I told her, I was like, most businesses that do a good job, no matter what the business is,
Yep.
have pinpointed a problem that other people need solved. And I think easier than printing off bodies. Think about the time it takes on a printer, right? Rather than print off bodies for people one at a time, takes you a week to print them, and then it ties up your printer.
Right.
Why not, instead of that? Because the people who are doing what we do already are doing what we do, so that the bodies aren't really the problem. Mounting systems, bro, and chassis. And Bill said it earlier, why don't you design a chassis? I'm like, I probably will. And I'm going to design one and it'll be plastic, and I'm gonna hate it, but I'm gonna prototype it on plastic, and then if I get something I like or come up with something that is multi versatile, then you go get it made out of metal.
Yeah, we've talked about this a couple times, haven't we?
A few times. Sin cut sin, whatever. You know, whoever, whatever it takes to get it done. But I think the design work's easy to do, bro. I got 7 of these things printed off
Holy cow!
before I got it right. You know, but dude, I may be able to use them for something else though, right? So I'm not. I mean, I keep everything, and
I do too.
I printed one by accident on blue, but I got them to work the way I wanted them to, and I'm gonna try it. And then, and what's cool is the closer you get, then you're like, okay, well, if I did this again, which I can do because it remembers your files, if I put added another shape and came out with a thin, almost like a credit card worth of material uh, on my side that's against the interior, it's going to slide into and above in between the cross member and the interior. It'd be another way to anchor it. And I'm thinking about those things because I would like to do as much as I can to keep the stress off the bumper, which is just glued on.
Yeah, and you know what? I have really been trying to use screws and screws and nuts, lock nuts, and washers as much as I can on some of the stuff, especially bumpers.
Yep.
I made some small L brackets for the bumper for the Land Rover. I got them laying here somewhere. Dude, I got like millions of parts in here. These little itty bitty L brackets. Dude, I'm putting 2 of them up in the back of the bumper on the Land Rover, and it's solid as can be.
That's what's up.
You know, do I want to put a bolt through each one of them, a small one, and put a lock nut on the backside? Yeah, and I might. But as of right now, after running it on Sunday, dude, departure angle is nothing for this truck.
Oh yeah, it's
Nothing.
surprisingly good, and partly it's the ride height, but it's just good. And you know, knowing what I've learned just very recently, like I would rather screw and bolt bumpers on than I would glue them on. But because these scale things we're doing, like there's no way, like this is the travel all bumper, right? It's perfectly shaped for what it's going to be. I couldn't buy this, so you kind of do have to print it. But knowing what I know now, if I can drag this into
Tinkercad.
Tinkercad,
Yep.
get my spacing right, I could countersink holes in this for bolts that I either fill or put the plug back in on and then do my finish work. And so what? If you break one, it's already broken, big deal. Break it off the rest of the way and undo your bolts or whatnot.
Yep.
There's just whatever you can think of, you can kind of make happen. And that's been really, really neat. They designed this to be glued on. And of course, my Travelall, it's a leafer. It's already got it's got a lot going against it as a performer, but I still think it's going to be fun to milk it for all I can. And you don't want stuff falling off. So I'm like, and I like bolts, but not where they're showing. If I can hide them or it's on the bottom, all day long.
I get it.
I'm using them where I can.
Understand that, and I agree with you. But You know, for a utilitarian vehicle like this, man, I'm gonna build everything I can, especially for a 3D printed body. Like I said, this body I'm doing right now is number 2, and I'm purposely going back to Logansport to roll this body on this truck down that hill to see how bad I can destroy it, or how well it holds up. And if it's only a couple small spots that are weak points, hey, guess what? Go back and watch the video footage and find out where it comes apart at, and then strengthen those areas.
Oh yeah, and I mean, think about the weight of it and the hits it could possibly take.
Yep.
You can't even be mad at it
No,
for breaking.
but I will say this: that body is a hell of a lot stronger than what this Blazer body is, by leaps and bounds. The Blazer probably won't get driven very much on this chassis, just because, you know, I tried to do a whiz bang job at it, and I really don't want to take it out and break it and destroy it.
What do you think makes it stronger, the Rover versus the Blazer?
Well, because the Rover keys together. You know, when they designed this, they've got
Yeah. You got a floor that ties it together.
Keys all over on this
That's
thing.
right. I forgot about that. That's right.
So you can't see the keys. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Here and here.
Yep.
Dude, and it all keys together, and it's
Right.
and it's stronger, way stronger than what your Travelall or this Blazer is, because of how it's designed.
I remember that now. I was pretty impressed with that on that first one, and I remember paying a lot of attention to that because I wanted the keys to fit well. So I was filing and sanding those keys so they fit in their slots perfect, and then glued them up.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. And I think with this, whatever system we're using, bro, that's what we got to explore. Is I think you put a line in the thing and then you put your keys on it and then you split it there.
Yeah, I mean, these keys just make things so. I mean, anytime you can key anything together, we all know this, it's way stronger. and that's why I'm saying this Rover body so far is like my go-to now for this SCX6.
Bro, I want a 2-door version, but if I can't get one, I'm doing one of those.
Dude, I'm doing one for you. I'm figuring it out. I'm gonna do it for you.
All right, let me sign off on the wheelbase. I'm nuts
In fact, just because
on the arches.
Mr. Fred Barron has been so kind to me on my channel, or my little YouTube page, just so everybody knows, Fred, I'm gonna make you one of these Rover bodies. You need to tell me what color you want it.
We need to get together, dude, and get files on something. Bro, it's a tie ball game, it sounds like. Oh my gosh. You guys, I love you because I did not want to leave the game.
Dude, I can watch it right here.
You're an ass. I can't. I'm like, I worked. I'm supposed to be off at 6. I worked till 8:30.
Wow.
I'm mad.
Dude, it's 23 to 24.
Bro, are they going for 2 or 1?
They went for 1. Now I'm showing tied 24-24. How's Fred staying ahead of this?
He's on it, bro. I don't know.
I guess so.
He's on it. Holy smokes, bro. I hope they do win it. Penn is tough. If we win without 4 starters, 3 starters, come on.
It'll be something.
Our backup guy is pretty good too, man. I ain't gonna lie. He doesn't have the legs like Leonard, but he gets it done.
Dude, when they brought him in, he walked that baby right down the field pretty well,
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. And he did last time he was in too.
right? Yeah.
But yeah, man, since I'm not keying in my bodies at the moment, I'm going to reinforce them with that cloth tape I was talking about the other day.
Yeah, I've been tempted to buy some of that.
Bro, that stuff I'm using for filler is also an adhesive. It's a glue for plastics. I'm over the moon with what I've added in rigidity to what was. I was not happy with this print, dude. On my 6, I wasn't happy. All the lines and stuff and gaps and warpage I had, I was not happy, and I thought it was going to be. I'm like, I knew I needed to do something to fill it that was not just filler. You know, it had to be structural. It had to be adhesive at the same time.
Yep.
And that 2-part plastic bond from JB Weld it's a mess, but it's awesome.
Yeah, I might have to get some of that, try it too.
Because Bondo and drywall mud and stuff like that, just, it's not structural. It's only cosmetic.
Just what I was saying, I tried using that drywall stuff, that spackling.
Yeah.
It worked great until I put paint on it and it got the moisture from the paint, and then it would just basically cavity right into the.
My little hood on the little Travelall has a spot that came out, kind of, and it looks fine for the old thing that I'm trying to make, but it wouldn't have done that if it was an adhesive.
Right. I don't think you would have had near as many problems running the PLA.
I guarantee I wouldn't, because as soon as I got PLA, my hood is dope. The hood is perfect. You know?
Yep.
And the PLA I'm using from you is like, everything looks awesome.
Dude, is it working good?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I put it in right away. I'm using everything I have, but the only thing I have that's weird now is the PLA CF, just a little bit left, and that clear stuff for my lenses, which is that roll of clear is going to last me forever, because all I ever wanted to do is make light lenses.
Same here.
That's it.
Yep.
But how cool is it to be able to make light lenses? Like, where would I find light lenses for this? I printed them off exactly the size that fits in here.
You just have to make your own, you know? I mean, that's just all. There's no way around it.
It came with them. The files come with it.
Right.
So if you have clear, you can do it.
Dude, that's why.
If you don't have clear and you want to fake it, you know, you can still print a plug.
Right.
And then at least use it as a template. But I love having that clear PLA. It's too bad there's no way it'll ever do Windows. But it's perfect for foggy headlights and taillights.
Dude, I love the way it prints. I do the, whatever you told me, the 100% infill in a certain setting, and it's cool because it puts like the gradient lines in it. It's cool.
Yeah. Yes.
Looks great.
I got a pile of the lenses. Oh, here they are. This is the rear. And in the middle, I'll paint it red. You can't hardly see the detail because of the light. But there's rivets and bezel and all this stuff printed into it. And this is the back light. And then the front light's got the stuff that you're talking about in it.
Right. The little lines.
Yeah.
Dude, it's great. Love it.
and the little marker lights have a bezel and rivet detail. But yeah, that big roundy I just showed you, and I don't do 100% infill. I go ahead and let it wafer and grid because it's going to diffuse the bulb.
That's true.
But this is the little version of what those headlights look like.
Yeah, those are dope.
And these were printed off clear, and I just painted red in the middle.
Yeah, those are cool. I like those.
And when you light them up, they look red.
So
And then I hand painted the silver bezel on.
that's what it's about right there.
Bro, that's it right there.
That's awesome.
That's
Look,
what it'll be on the big one.
looks sweet.
Now I got to think up some cheeky fake company name for these panels on this thing. With those big windows that aren't windows, I got to have something on there.
Dude, it's got to be the Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
The what?
Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
Right. Dude, get with the law office, man.
But yeah, dude, I got that filler on the inside and the outside. Like this thing is strong.
Nah, dude, you need to get some primer on that and get some paint on that thing.
I don't know how you're painting in this kind of weather.
Dude, I take it out, put a coat or two on it, and I bring it right back in. Take it down to the basement. And then I get high for a day.
See, I can't do that. My wife will wig out, dude. She is so sensitive to smells.
Dude.
Not like allergies or anything, just nuisance. Like she just smells everything.
Dude, that's what I do, man. Me and Dog, we get higher than kites.
Bro, she knows about 30 seconds before I fart that it's coming.
Nice. That's great. Dude, did Fred answer me yet? Fred Barron. I'm gonna make you one of these Rover bodies, bro. What color you want?
2.5 minutes. Holy smokes. Come on, ND. I ought to leave you solo for a minute so I can go to the bathroom. Check out the game. Force the punt.
I think 3/4 of the people that are in here, man, are watching that game.
How to make clear lenses. Nice.
Sweet.
Shoot, that's before 3D printing, really. Bro, seriously, I'll be right back. I'm going to throw you on full screen.
Right on. I'm sitting here just doing my thing.
Talk to the fellas, brother. I'll be right back.
Right on. So we're going to talk about Notre Dame, or we're going to talk about RC? There's a bottom pin for the next Land Rover. Notre Dame both. Is Mike Bird still in here? Yeah, he is. Mike, were you asking me about my comp truck from Ryan's video when we were down at Logansport? This guy? So this, I'll just tell you, this truck, I wound up buying the LCG chassis rails off of Amazon for like $50. It was like a little kit. This truck was supposed to be my misfit truck. and my goal was to try and make everything obviously as low as possible and use up parts that I had laying around, and that did and did not happen. So this has a Fusion 2-in-1 1200 kV in it. I bought it's got a 35% underdrive tranny in it, and it's a low profile transmission sitting right here. And the back axle is a Portal, and it's an Endura that I had laying around. And in the front axle is the AR, I forget which number it is, but it's an axial, straight axle. So I've got brass knuckles from Ryan up here on the front, steering knuckles. I got brass rings in the front wheels, and this thing is a forward weight bias beast. And it will literally stand straight up and crawl something.
That's the yellow one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike Bird, I thought I remembered Mike was asking about this, and so I just thought I'd bring it out for a little show and tell.
Yeah, bro.
This truck is like the Desert Lizards in the front are set up differently than what they are in the back. And, you know, I just really, this was like my first build, and I decided to just, like I said, try and use parts that I had laying around here, and I had a ton of fun putting this guy together. So it performs very well on the rocks for what it is.
Absolutely. I need something ugly like that.
Dude, it is. It's ugly and it's great.
But it's so purpose. You know, I think your Ecto's fantastic, really, too. There's a lot of guys that I saw comping with Ectos, and it was cool because you get an RTR and dial it, and really, you really have a good platform to begin with.
Dude, yeah, right in the box. It's great.
Your Ecto does amazing, and that thing does stupid.
The only thing I've done to the Ecto is I put 1.9s back on it. I didn't like those 2.2s on there from when we were down at Logansport, and
Kind of big.
it's got, yeah, way oversized. And it's got an 1800 Fusion. Everything that I own except for this SCX6 is all Hobbywing 1800s. My Sen dually, that's got a 2300 Hobbywing in it.
The Zool is this. I mean, it's the same truck, right? It's still got the Zool has the trailing links and stuff. I want that Zool.
Dude, this is
In 10. Hey, so I went to the bathroom during commercial break. I'm gonna go again, real quick, brother.
Whatever.
Dude, I got to. Son of a gun. I'll be right back.
Welcome to the Keller Show.
Dude, you can watch the game. It's not fair.
Dude, I'm sitting here. It's right here.
I know. I can't. I'll be right back. Pimp your channel.
Right?
That's the wrong one. There you go. Boom.
Mike Bird, no problem, brother. I just, it dawned on me that you had asked and wanted to pull that out and show it. What else have I got? You guys have seen Kim Singleton in the thread here, and that's actually Kirk, which he goes crawling with us. I'm gonna pull this up. Might as well show this off too. So this is my trailer that Kirk kind of built for me, and I put the rails on the sides, mounted the wheels, and got a magnetic tail door. And what's cool about this trailer and the way I made it, this is magnet. So I got enough room in here to put my tools in here, and a spare radio actually fits in here very well. So, and I pull this trailer pretty much behind just the honcho. So that's another homemade, home brew type thing. So if you ever want a trailer, tell Ryan to get a hold of Kirk. They're cool. It worked well. Thanks, Fred. How long we got left on this game? Man. Third and 5, 59 to go. It's pretty quiet around here without Ryan. Mike, yeah, absolutely. I actually, now you say that. I actually did a Land Rover pickup truck. And this one here fits on the base camp chassis, and it's all got magnets on the bottom of it too. And the hood opens on this one. So yes, I do have a pickup truck. And this one actually, I worked out the files. It's the same files as this truck up here. And then the files for that Land Rover are the same files that this was born by. And of course I got a Winnebago Tonka truck too with a Jimny chassis underneath it, just like what Ryan's got. And for the heck of it, I had to build a canoe for on top of the Honcho, but it does fit on top of the Land Rover pretty well too. Another wonderful Thingiverse 3D printed situation.
Bro, run it some.
Dude.
Why with the long downfield pass? Get rid of it quick. Get it to Faison.
I didn't even watch. I've been showing off toys.
Oh. Nothing to see. Dude, we just lost an opportunity to get a field goal and everything.
What?
Yeah, they just punted it.
DJ, what?
To the other team with a minute left.
Unreal.
Tie ball game.
Dude, this is going into overtime.
I hope it goes into overtime.
At this point, yeah.
But I would have rather them just nail it right now.
Right.
So what's the truck next to the yellow one? You tell them? That looks like a 10-3 kit build.
That's the wide max that you call it. That's my my 10-3 that I built. The Jeep.
Wait a minute. We picked off just now? Fred?
What?
Did we get it back? Yes! No way! Did we get it back? In our territory? Oh my gosh. Bro, you guys take a break for a minute. I promise I'll be back. Bro, I miss a lot of football. I don't want to miss this one. Dude, you okay?
Dude, I'm gonna sit here and I'm sitting right here watching.
Watch it with the dudes. Sorry. This doesn't happen very often. You're doing a great job. I'll be right back.
Sorry, guys. I'm kind of in the same boat as Ryan. This game is killer. Sorry, guys. My golden retriever's barking back here. DJ, stop, buddy. So how many of you guys in this live stream right now fly airplanes? I know this is more of a car show, but I know you guys fly. Thanks, Fred. Really appreciate it. Mike Bird, yeah. So I think the last time I actually flew was with would have been Ryan and Bobby Kay, I believe, out at their airfield that they always fly at, and that would have been August. But then I had both those guys out on the boat, and they tore it up out here. We all did pretty good, so that was right around July 4th. Fly them, wreck them, and rebuild them. You ain't kidding. Dude, I started out flying. My dad taught me how to fly when I was 7 years old. And my very first airplane was foam. It was I think it was called SureFlight. And it was like a 150 or 172 model. Crashed that, totaled that out, and then I wound up at, what was it? I got a Kyosho Wingmaster. It's an ultralight, and I still have it. It's in the basement, actually. And I flew that a few times, and then went back to SureFlight for a while, and then my dad and I started building balsa planes, and had a Super Chaos 60, and I forget what else. A HOTS 60, if you guys remember the HOTS lineup, had that. So, love balsa airplanes. Well, Bill, take care, man. Have a good evening. Mad Scientist, last time he flew was July 4th. Dudes, my favorite RC airplane, I've got 36, I think, upstairs. And it's a toss-up between the F7F Tiger Cat from FMS or the Carbon ZT28. Those two airplanes are my two top go-tos. Dan, you get to fly on Christmas Eve? That's awesome. Was that one of those days it was like 50 degrees? Mad Scientist, what are you doing? You're gonna take and buy some leaves and mount them to your AR-45s? I'd be curious to know how you're gonna do that. Tiger's great. What's some of you guys' favorite airplanes to fly? Since how we're done talking about trucks, for the most part. white bird. Oh, yeah, that would not have made my day either. That thing is so smooth flying. PT-19, nice. I'm not sure if I've ever flown one of them or not. I think I did back years ago, long time ago. I don't blame you, Mike. That's awesome. I would have done the same thing. You know, I saw some things out there today with that little was that UMX Cirrus that they relaunched again at Horizon. There's some guys that are really kind of upset with them relaunching things that they've, you know, they're doing a Gen 2 on all this stuff. It's like, come up with some new stuff, guys. Yeah, the E-flite 1.2 Warbirds, yeah, they do fly really nice. I've flown several of Ryan's planes, and yeah, they're super awesome. Dude, the Turbo Timbers, those things are so fun off the water. I've got, I think I've got floats for 7 or 8 of my airplanes. I live on the water out here, so it's pretty convenient in the morning on a Saturday or Sunday to go out and toss an airplane in and go fly for a little bit. It's great. But the Turbo Timbers fly so good on water. Yeah, I'm with you, Fred. Carbon Z planes, the bigger, the easier they fly, I think, and the better they fly. I've got I got Carbon Z 150, Carbon Z the T28. I've got a Prometheus P2 upstairs that I've got 3 or 4 flights on, and I'm afraid to go fly it too often because well, they don't make it anymore. But it's like brand new. Ryan got his hands on it one day and loved it. There it is. Yeah, they got it. Ha ha. No, Ryan will come back happy, guys. That's awesome. Yeah, Big Yellow is a great plane, dude. I'll tell you what. My T-28 is a Gen 1. It was the first one they came out with. That was the white, red, and black. And the first thing I did to that thing before I even put it together was took it down in the basement, ripped everything open, ripped all the decals off of it, sanded it lightly, and then put like 10 coats of Minwax on that thing. Took it outside and painted it yellow.
Bro.
Dude, you're back. Yeah, I bet you're happy, right?
You know, at this point, I don't want to see what else happens. I'm good. I'm good.
Right.
Because if it goes the other way at this point, I don't want to see it.
It won't.
Bro, 7 seconds. 7 seconds. Dude still has a timeout.
I know there's a lot can happen in 7 seconds, but I think that one's over.
Dude,
Nope.
and they showed the playback, and it almost looked like the dude didn't have the ball all the way. I thought that was going to get blocked, kind of. Yeah, kickoff return. I felt bad though, so I had to come back.
To get your mind off of this, we've been talking airplanes since you've been gone, and so
Awesome.
we're talking about Carbon Z, T28, and FMS, the Tiger Cats and flying off the water, and just told myself a nice Prometheus P2 upstairs that you got your hands on last summer.
Yeah, dude, yours flies good.
Yeah, it actually does fly pretty good.
I was still scared of it because
Can't replace it.
you can't replace it. Yeah, dude, I love the big Troge, and um, there's so many good planes out there, dude. To be honest, I was talking to a guy looking to hop up the 1450 FMS Mustang, and I was like, throw that 650 kV P40 can on it. Because the Mustang flies amazing, but it's got that weak sauce 540 that it's always had.
Yep.
650. Because you still run the stock prop on it. You know, if you go, much more than that, yes. If you go much more than that, then you're going to have to change props. So it's nice to be able to keep that scale prop on there.
Right. What was the other one you and I talked about? Oh, the was it 1700 millimeter Corsair?
Yes, I hate it.
The first version, it was just a dog, right?
So's the second version. It's just the KV, bro. It just needs more power. I hated it. As much as I hate to say it, the Flightline one's got spunk out the box, dude. It's fast. The 1700 looks amazing and everything's good to go, and you could make it faster. But it's like the minute I thought about more power, I'm like, I don't think the prop's gonna take it. Those are big low, like 300 360 kV kind of systems. Now that's where you need the 500
Yeah, for sure.
kV.
Agreed.
And if you don't need it all, just back off the prop and you should actually get a little bit of a runtime out of it.
Right.
I tried to like that 1700 Corsair. I didn't. And then I was like, well, let me fly it one more time, try to make up my mind if I like it and want to keep it. And I flew it one more time. I was in Alabama. I brought it with me. I flew it one more time, and I was like, dude, I'm selling this before I kill it because it needs more than I want to give it.
Yep.
But, dude, or you put the Trojan setup in it because the Trojan smokes, dude. The Carbon Z T28.
Oh, that's a ripper. That thing
It's
goes.
a ripper. I don't even care if you got to put a 2-blade on that Corsair to make it fly like that. It'd be worth it.
Dude, I don't know if it was on there when you and Bobby were here this summer, but dude, I wound up putting a real nice 3-bladed prop on my Trojan. I haven't flown it yet with it on there, but
Oh, yeah. Master air screw or something?
No, I can't remember what it is, but there was some guy on YouTube that was bragging about it, and there was some guys in the comments that had done it. It slows it down a little bit, which I'm okay with, but
I bet, dude, I bet it's Master air screw or Zor or something.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yep.
Got it.
I think that's exactly what it is. But yeah, I put that 3-blade prop on there. I was hoping to get to fly it this last summer, but didn't. Somebody got me talked into doing surface.
Yeah, my bad. The 1700 is a great plane. It is just underpowered, but yeah, it looks amazing. I didn't enjoy it, but I think me and Corsairs don't get along. Yeah, Keith put a 360 kV and run it on 8S, and it's still slow. It's like that prop is designed to stall, and it doesn't matter what you do. So, what's up, Rogers? Yeah, man, good time. Thanks for holding it down. I at least I didn't miss the whole thing.
Yeah, no problem.
No
worries. I'm probably gonna bounce here because
it's about over, bro.
I gotta get up tomorrow morning fairly early and keep moving on these prints.
Yeah, I stay up till pretty early, and then last minute getting to work. It's just been the story of my life forever.
Bro, I get up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning
You're nuts.
And I hit the floor running, and I get so much stuff done between 5 and 7 o'clock when I need to get around and actually go work. Dude, 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the morning, I get it done.
That's the thing, man. I wish the world is designed to keep us down, without a doubt.
Yep.
And I am a night person, always have been. The 9 to 5 thing. The best thing about the 9 to 5 when I was doing it before was it was my. It's weird to say, but it's like it was mindless, and because of it being mindless, my head got to do whatever it wanted to.
Yep. Yep.
And by the time I'm awake, the day was half over. You know,
Yep.
it now, bro. I mean, and when I did that old job, man, with Stanley Steamer, I'm all over town. We're working in houses. Sometimes I'm on, like I was talking to the customer, but sometimes you'd be in an empty, or depending on who you had on the truck with you, you could share the
Yep.
work.
Yep.
I built a YouTube channel while I worked at Stanley Steamer. I mean, I did. I was able to answer the comments, release the videos,
Dude, you did a hell of a job too, because
all that. And then I thought I wanted to work in RC, and it's been downhill ever since, which is the hilarious thing. But, you know, with the, and when I say mindless, it's not in a bad way. Like, it was liberating. That was a good job, Stanley. And now, bro, I used to be Johnny on the spot on the phone, but now, like, if you text me during the day, I might get it, but it's probably after work or not right away, because I'm in the zone.
dude, Kirk and I understand that because we texted you and Sean last Saturday at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon about going crawling on Sunday.
I didn't get it till Sunday morning.
That sucks, dude.
I would have went too. I was almost pissed.
Hey, I think we're going Saturday morning, late morning.
Where?
Might just go back to Bago again.
Yeah. Yeah. It's close. I mean, Logansport's amazing, but man, you want the weather for that too.
Yeah, no,
If it's going to be a cold piece of garbage, it's like, let's stay close to home.
right. Yeah, I think Bago probably again.
Dude, I mean, my 6 is going to be a while. Because I can't get it painted and then come in the house.
Dude, bring that thing. Let me have it. I'll paint it.
I appreciate that, but it's okay. It's nothing against you. I just want to do it. I got other stuff to finish. And the nice thing about the little work is airbrushing. That looks so good, bro. I wanted to do one of those, but we never got together with a file. So I was like, let me print what I have. I'm too cheap to buy something else.
You don't want one.
And so I was like, let's do the Travelall.
Dude, do that Travelall and then start right away on a Rover, dude. And do a Rover. 2-door. I'm telling you, that 2-door that I'm working on for you, it'll be slick. It'll be perfect.
I think it would be cool to do one without a roof.
But you know what the problem is? This thing works fantastic on here, and the reason why I say that is I've got 1 3/4 inches between the edge of the side of the body and the outer edge of these Mickey Thompsons. I ain't worried about breaking this thing, scratching it, or hurting it. This Blazer body, dude, when Kirk and I went out crawling a couple weeks ago and I had this on there, you're looking 75 feet ahead to know where you're going to navigate and go to because it's so big and so bulky.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Well, I think I'm kind of big too.
You're big and bulky too.
That travel is huge. And I'm still,
Dude, how long is that body? Now you got the tail cone on it.
I'll tell you in a second. I'm trying to think. I could have made it a little smaller, but I doubt I'm going to do it again.
That's a lot of film. Dude, don't do another one.
Because I stretched the links out and they're almost not enough.
Do a rover, bro.
I should have done it a little bit smaller. And if I did a rover, I would do it a little bit bigger.
Than mine?
Yep.
Yeah, I could have went a hair bigger. I probably could have went, I think 170%. I'm at 165.
That 5% over that big a size adds up.
It does a lot.
Let me bring it over. I hardly, my big 70-inch by 40 table is hardly big enough for the shot.
Dude, I'm sitting at our ping pong table.
But it's the way I have the camera and everything. I mean, it just barely fits now. So, and there's no bumpers on it.
Dude, Fred, you are so right. Always regret staying up late, but I'm doing it anyways, dude. Yes, I'm gonna regret this.
33 without the bumpers.
33?
Yeah.
That's not as long as what I thought it would be. Dude, I think bumper to bumper on my Blazer's like 34 and a quarter or something like that.
And that's why it's so big.
Yeah.
It covers a lot more of the tires than the Rover does.
Oh yeah, completely. It's a pain. It's a pain to go out and use that in the woods because I don't really want to scratch it all to pieces. I don't want to roll it, and it's stressful to drive it out in the woods. Dude, you're gonna find out with that travel all, man. You're gonna be like, yeah, no, I need a rover body.
Yeah, but man, this thing is such a piece of garbage already. I'm like, I'm it's
Dude.
And the way I go for patina, bro, it's not. I'm not worried about this the same. I already know. And I felt that way about my Willys wagon, but then I gave it hell, and it was fine.
Right? Well, yeah. Dude, I don't know.
Dude, I'm telling you what, you get that plastic bonder. You're going to feel better about your stuff.
Dude, I feel great about this rover.
I do that every time. I'm going to basically drywall tape and then plastic glue the seams on top of what I've already done.
Did you already put drywall tape on the inside of that?
No, I'm going to use that cloth tape, but I'm going to treat it like drywall tape.
Why is it so shiny on the inside?
It's the unsanded plastic bonder.
Oh, gotcha.
Dude, I'm glued and filled from both sides
Holy cow.
on this. So there's no gaps and cracks like it looks like there is.
Fred, yeah, the new one that I got going right now is still 165%. I will probably do one at 170%, just see how it comes out.
I gotta glue and fill the hood still.
All that glue you got on the inside of that body ought to help strengthen that up big time.
Oh, big time. I need it on my hood so I can drop it and it not break like it just did. Yeah, that cloth tape is really going to be great. I'm going to do all the seams with the cloth tape, and then I'm going to, coat it in this plastic stuff.
Dude, we're taking that to Logan's Port and rolling that thing all the way down that hill.
The real deal is how's it mount? That's going to be the question.
Yeah, you almost want to throw the body when you roll down the hill like that.
Kinda. Because I tell you what, I guarantee you, if you're hinged at the back, but the front comes up and you roll it,
Oh yeah, it's Smash Mountain.
It's done.
Dude, yeah, you might as well just crack a beer and start drinking at that.
Why you hard mounted at the front instead of a freaking magnet? It can be detachable, but hard fixed.
Oh yeah, yeah. That would not be fun. No, if it breaks into pieces, you toss it in the trash and say, "I'll start over."
100%.
There's no fixing these bodies, I don't think. Not in a bad crash. All right, dude. I'm gonna wrap this thing up here and get out of here.
All right, brother. Thanks, man. I'm gonna wrap it up too here in a second. It's been 2 hours.
Yep. Yep. Hey guys, thanks. It was a pleasure doing business with you tonight. We'll see you in the next one for sure. And good talking to you about airplanes and stuff. So you guys all have a good evening. Ryan, thanks for letting me join you.
Bro, always, anytime. It should always be this, honestly. I'm so tired of doing one by myself. It's not even funny.
Right. We need to get Kirk involved in one of these too. It'd be fun.
Even if we got to pre-record it.
Yeah, we could probably.
But it's hard to think about pre-recording because you don't have the live guys.
Right.
In the chat. But
honestly, what we need to do is just do a live Facebook stream at some point, or a YouTube stream or something while we're out all crawling together.
That could be done.
Just keep the bleep handy for me.
That could be done. Oh, bro, I had to. You have no idea on the edits on my videos how much cussing I got to cut out. Cussing and carrying on.
Yeah, just
bro.
4 kids out having fun, man.
I just live in fear, and I don't hear great, and so I'm just like, I hope I got it all, because I know there's some F-bombs up in that business. I cut a ton out, but yikes, not for kids.
For sure. Boss 223, awesome. Yeah, keep the blue side up. I always say keep the dirty side down. That's what us pilots all say usually, right?
That's it. Kelly, thanks, bro.
I'll see you guys later.
I'll talk to you later, man. Let's design something.
Have a good weekend, guys.
Let me know before the day of.
I'll let you know tomorrow at some point what time and where.
All right. I don't know what I want to bring. You guys going to do big ones?
Yes.
If you do big ones, I'm going to have to put my Wrangler body back on.
Put the Wrangler body back together.
Damn it. But not a Valgo. I'm going to take a Leafer.
Well, we're taking the trailers too.
I'm ready to take a Leafer out, bro. I want to get my travel all ready.
That's fine.
The little one.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And I showed these guys my trailer that Kirk built me too. So,
bro, if we're going to Valgo, as soon as I get the stencil, I need to spend some more time on Dad's trimmer's truck because I want to get it done. Because I don't want to do a video before it's done. When I do the video, I want the stencil on it, the patina done. That's it. That's all it needs. And then it's ready.
That area down there on that beach, it's awesome down there right now to film.
Well, I'm familiar with Valgo, so it's like I know I can bring a Leafer.
Yeah, for sure.
But I want that thing. I feel like I need desert sunshine though and stuff. I don't know about the trimmer truck in the snow.
I'm taking this the way it sits. I'm gonna take the big Blazer body, and I'm gonna take the trailer and the yellow and white Blazer.
Yeah, man. Let's beat on some Leafers.
So I want to get some video footage of the Blazer and get it up on my my 1,000,000 subscribers YouTube channel.
There you go.
All right.
Do it. I got a golden nugget that's basically ready to go too.
Dude, bring it.
It's a leafer on 2.2s.
You need to start putting hitches on stuff so you can pull that trailer behind other things.
Well, yeah, I don't like pulling them behind stuff unless it's got leafs. But like, bro, that Jimny on 2.2s or any of my leafers could pull anything else.
Dude, there's a hitch on the back of your 6, isn't there?
Well, not that I've ever hooked up. I think there's a receiver for a hitch on the back of the SCX6.
Bro, you need to get that. Those things pull the trailer so nice.
I bet they do.
They do.
Man, all my Jimneys are on small tires except for this Golden Nugget that's on 2.2s. I want to do another Jimny chassis on 1.9s, regular old 4.75s. I'll let you go, dude. I know you're trying to go. I'll see you.
All right, brother.
I'm gonna go too soon, but
right.
Dude, you'll never get off if you keep letting me talk to you. Get out of here.
All right.
See you, man. Appreciate it.
See you guys.
Bro, good times. Yeah, we got to get Kirk too, for sure. It's just all about the time of day. These guys get up early, and then I'm a night owl. The idea of doing one pre-recorded, we've batted that around before, but it's like, it doesn't make sense in a way because you don't have the chat. You could do it as a premiere when it's done. You don't have the chat like you should have. And that, my friends, is the problem. Because I am so used to, and so are you guys, of having that chat. So, something to think about. I can't believe I broke my hood like an idiot. I hadn't got a chance to fill the hood yet, so when I dropped it, it just broke on the glue joint. Because it's separate piece, so I kept forgetting to fill it. I used to use OBS and I used to use Streamlabs. I just use StreamYard now. It's easy. It's pretty easy. I gotta fix my hood, dudes. I mean, I dropped it, bro. It hasn't been filled. I only glued it enough to hold it because I knew I wanted to fill it. So, I don't know. I think it's bad glue. It's a big ass hood that dropped on the floor. Yeah, 6 hours if I'm lucky. It's usually 5 or 6. Fred just got metal roof racks and rock rails for those 6s. Wranglers. Yeah, man. If I'm not going to take my 6 to Balgo, I'm going to try to get a leafer out there. I probably... This dude's not far. Actually, when I get off of here, I'm going to get that back end figured out. Yep. That's what I'm going to do. Guys, appreciate you. Good times. Yeah, I'm going to glue this hood up. And I have about half of a thing left of this stuff. So I'm saving it. I want to get one more. Well, I don't have any paint on that yet. Because when I get it all one color, it'll present to me anything that might still be an issue that needs. I mean, at this point, it could be fill. It doesn't have to be glue fill. But well, I need to run this on the hood. That's another reason why I saved it too. So I don't have to buy. This is my 3rd tube of it. on this truck because it's huge. I should use that for the bumper too. It's messy though, man. It's most of the time I'm not worried about having any kind of gloves at all, but bro, that plastic bonder, it's still on me from whenever. Guys, appreciate you. Good show, fun time. Great having Kelly on. Thank you guys for coming by. If you haven't seen the Willys Wagon, Pack Rat, Fab Rats truck video that I did a couple days ago, check it out. Appreciate that. We're out here, guys. Notre Dame, let's go. We're out here in 5. Hanger Rats forever. You're still going to be Hanger Rats. 3 later. You're too good to be forgotten. And we'll see you next time. Bye now. Boom. Maybe. Boom. Dude, are you for real? Boom.